All right, everyone. So I completely revised that what exactly we needed to do. We have just talked about the code of honor and how frequent we are going to meet. Now, what we are going to learn today, to which we call it as a user stories, how to write user stories. So that will be the, that will be the topic for today. So who can not learn how to write user story? So even if you are joining for the first one, you don't need to relate it that what happened in the past, yet you can continue to learn this. And I'm going to share my screen, so focus over here. So, and those who could not, I mean, in case you find that you could not start on time or something like that, uh, but still this is the topic we were to cover. Okay. Um, so I was talking earlier that any requirement, and confirm me if you remember that, any requirement if it is a large requirement, that needs to be broken down into the smaller requirement. Okay. Why? So that you cannot deliver the larger requirement like a bank, enterprise bank that is coming to you for development of software. Do you think within a month or so you can develop a software as a company within a month or so, and you can give it to the bank? Is it possible?
No.
No,
No,
not
sir.
at all. It's not humanly possible. Okay. Then what will you do when it will take 1 year? Will you take the entire 1 year and then you will go back to the bank and will say, now after a year we have developed the software you were looking for? Should it be approach as well? Tell me.
No.
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 So in between, what should happen in the
We'll
one
make
year?
the small goals and then try to finish that. And if anything comes up, we'll go back and revise it.
Okay, so that's one way. Let me ask you this thing, that you have got your own vehicle, four-wheeler, and you had to just imagine it in a way that in a hypothetical, God forbid, should not be the case ever. So uh, your vehicle you have given to garage says that, sir, or ma'am, it will take 10 days, and then we will do the complete servicing, and we will be able to hand over to you. So what will you prefer? For 10 days you are not going to see your four-wheeler, so you are not going to see or not going to be in the touch of garage for next 10 days, and you will directly go it for delivery. I mean, what generally you will prefer?
We call them in between and check if it's ready or how
If,
long it takes to.
yeah. And what will happen when the garage himself will continue to call? Okay, we had started the work. As I know that it's been 3 days, you must be worried, and this is the quick update that we are here and we are doing this. Will you prefer that model? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. So
Yes.
likewise, when we are talking about banks for 3 months, I mean, for a year, you also continue to be in touch with your client. Trust me, your client always love that when you will keep them posted what exactly is happening. And for that, we have opted one delivery style, that is the agile style, agile scrum. Inside agile, we are using scrum framework, so that you continuously delivering the smaller portion of those larger software. How we are delivering that? For that, we need to understand their goal, and for that very reason, last time we have talked about, it is converted into the epic, the larger requirement. When you how many do you remember the example of loaf of the bread? Do you remember that last time I had taken?
Yes.
Yes, when I was explaining Scrum. Those who don't, you need to refer to the recording and you will get to understand what exactly I was referring to. Okay, the past recording, when you will go through, you will understand that. So in that, the slices, when requirement broken down with the highest form of the goal, that will become the epic. But inside epic, we write to which we call it as user stories, and those user stories are written in a way that on that, everyone can work in your team. Who are those everyone? Those everyone are your team members. Those team members can be your business analyst, you yourself as a scrum master, you yourself as a business analyst, you yourself as a product owner, you yourself as a a tester, developer, or architect, anyone. So there should be work for everyone assigned inside it. Okay, it should not be that everything will look like a theory. So it should be visible in a task management system or project management system. Few of name. Do you remember what are, can you tell me any task management system if you know? Any one of you?
Agile Central.
Agile Central, what else?
Rally.
Rally, well, good. What else?
Jira.
Mm-hmm.
Jira.
Jira, yeah. Jira, Trello, Azure DevOps. Yeah, there are multiples. Okay. So we will look any one of such tool, very sure, but understand nothing will remain as a theory. When we are writing user story may sound like a theory, but inside user story, you will create some tasks. Inside some tasks, there will be some subtasks, and those will be assigned to every single individual. One user story can be prepared in a way that the same user story can be assigned as a different task for different members. With me so far? But say, for example, banking system came and it has multiple epic written. One is for fund transfer, one is for account opening, one is for addition of the customer, one is for loan, one is for cards, and one is for payment. Likewise, there are multiple. Okay, are you able to understand a bigger bank, how they may have multiple goals? Yes or yes? Yeah, you understood these various modules what just now I spoke. Loan, adding of customer, and opening account, and then having opening an account, and then fund transfer and all. These are different modules. Yeah, and inside these different modules there could be multiple user stories. Can be one related to fund transfer using IMPS, fund transfer using RTGS, fund transfer using NACHA, fund transfer using NEFT. So whatever I said just now, NEFT, NSCHA, ACH, or IMPS or RTGS, these are the type of fund transfer. With me so far? You all can unmute and say yes if you understand what I'm talking. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So these all ways of ways of fund transfer will be created in user story form. There is a format to write that. Okay, we will be talking about that format. What you see on the screen, that few things are very static, few things will be dynamic. Like what you see here as a I want and so that, these will remain constant, but remaining user, action, actor, action, and impact will continue to change. So whenever you are defining user story, always remember to define this way. As a user can be branch manager, user can be clerk, user can be tailor, user can be cashier, user can be assistant branch manager, user can be area manager, user can be anyone. Okay, I want. Okay, any one of you, if you think that your talk in between is not really contributing in the session, you can remain on mute, but I want all of you to be unmuted if you are willing to contribute on in the class. Okay, so user story will have also multiple input from your end as a business analyst. Okay, so we will be talking more about business analyst in coming week, after 2 weeks or so. But before that, we are completely focused towards Agile and Scrum. All right. So what exactly it is going to be? So every user story will come with acceptance criteria, business rules, workflows, mockups, algorithm, data point. Not necessary all of the things will be there. these will support it. Say, for example, you are typing for cash withdrawal. Cash withdrawal, how it happens in the ATM machine, how it happens in the bank. Like another kiosk, at another where POS are working on different outlet. Okay. Like from petrol pump, how gas station, how you can withdraw money. So these all things has been facilitated by the banks. Okay. Those will support you to write a different user stories. Okay. You will, as a business analyst, will mention the complete flow, not just writing the user story. You will show it through diagram. These are the steps involved that you can attach into the user story. You will have its acceptance criteria also evolved. So say, for example, you are writing as a tailor, I want to check balance of my customer visiting to me, so that the total balance can be conveyed to the customer. Understood? I just followed this format. With me so far, say yes, unmute yourself and say yes.
Yes,
Yeah?
sir.
Yes.
Yeah, you simply understood.
Yes,
But
sir.
when you are checking this customer's balance, acceptance criteria, I'm now going to talk. Acceptance criteria is that, did you log in into the system? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were able to log in. Guys, I need your undivided attention. If you are doing multiple things and tomorrow if you'll come back and say, I'm not able to understand, I won't be able to help. Just I will ask that, please go ahead and watch the recording. So please be very attentive over here. Okay. So yes, you were right. You logged into the system, then only you looked at it. But also, did you check that customer existence in the system? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, because those things happens automatically. So to do one activity, if you could complete 3-4 actions or functionality, that will automatically become the acceptance criteria. Like user story, there is a way to write acceptance criteria, but in case you are not even following, it doesn't mean that acceptance criteria cannot be written like a normal statement. It can be, but here we are focusing towards writing a user story. And let's go more deeper towards user story. Okay, so here it is evolving. I want someone to read this sticky note for me. Left first. Anyone go ahead.
Yeah.
User story example.
Example 1. As a flyer, I want to view my past trips so that I can find out how much LTA I can claim.
Can you also read the acceptance criteria and I'll just explain.
Sure. Should be able to find out rupees spent per trip. Should be able to find out rupees spent per financial year.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. Let's understand this user story in detail. So this is the first user story, and it says that who are the actor? Flyer is the actor. Okay. What action he is doing? View the past trips. Okay. And what impact will happen? He can find out, or she can find out, total leave traveling allowance she can claim. And while she is doing that, she will anyway claim, but she will be also performing two activities. One is the total amount spent on per trip. She will be able to see that because she is looking at the history of the trip. With me so far? Yes. Are you able to understand what I said just now? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, when
Yes.
she is able to view the total amount spent, and she is able to see the past historical trip, when she has the access to the amount, of course she can calculate the total amount spent in one financial year. Yes or yes? Yeah, with me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Completely yes. Okay, so this is one of the method that translates how a user story is written. Okay, so even if it is your day one, your focus has to be here, that I need to understand how one user story is written. That's it. Focus over there. For your ease, what I'm going to do is that quickly I'm going to share my screen, and that portion will not be recorded. It is always shared with those who are live. In case you are listening to this into the recording, I'm really sorry that you are going to miss it. Okay. So what I'm going to share in Jira, where you will find to write user story. Okay. And for that very reason, I was talking about, tasks, subtasks, or, epic. I will demonstrate that where you can find it in Jira. Okay. And for that very reason, I'll be pausing the recording as well. So let me stop screen share and come back with the, screen share as well. So yeah, I'm pausing now. Okay. All right. So just now I gave you the pictorial representation of Jira, and I explained that how you can, I gave you quick overview, not pictorial representation. Sorry about the slip of tongue. Okay. So this was just a representation for you to how to use Jira. That was one thing. And then let's understand the second example, what we are bringing over here. And that second example is user story example number 2. I want someone to start reading this. So anyone, please read this for me, please. The right-hand side. You just unmute and start reading.
User story example 2. As a frequent flyer, I want to view my past trips so that I can find out how many miles I have earned.
Yeah. So this says now that the goal is here similar. I want to view my past trip, but sorry, impact is different, so that I can find out how many miles I have earned. And here simple reason was that she wanted to see the past trip so that I can find out how much LTA I can claim. Now the purpose is different, action are same, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. But do you see that for different purposes, different user stories are written? She could have, or the person could have written the same one. But understand, even if actors are changing, the user stories will be divided, will be new. Even if actors are not changing, actions are changing, user story will be new. New user story will be added. Even if actor is same, action is same, purpose is different, new user story will be added. With me so far? Yeah? Get it drilled very, very necessarily in your mind, that you are not going to mix two purpose in one user story, thinking that you have done it. Generally, it has been observed when, even though it is taught that how user stories are written, people write in this way: as a flyer, I want to view my past trip so that I can claim LTA and can see how much miles I have earned. No, no, no. It is not going to happen in this way. Okay. You write how much claim I earned as a separate user story, and how many miles I have earned in a separate user story. Understood, everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Say
sir.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
If you have understood. Yeah. So now the acceptance criteria over here, what happened? Should be able to find out miles spent per trip. Of course, it will follow in this acceptance criteria, and should be able to find out the validity of miles. Okay. So up to how many times this miles will be valid. If you need to earn some point, you could. So this is one of the different example. We started with a simple user story, okay, format. Second, we evolved further with two different purposes, okay. You need to understand. Now, I want you to work, okay. I want you to, so far, any question, everyone? This is to everyone. Any question so far to understand while understanding the user story, how it is written?
No.
No?
No, sir. It's
Okay. If anyone, please say yes and ask me if you have a question. Okay. I'll take it as no for all of you. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay. Go back and see this exemplary translation. Okay. It says that one user story example it has given. As a registered frequent flyer of Fly Agile Airlines, I want to book my ticket through Agile Airlines portal. Okay, action is clear, ticket booking, so that I can gain miles. Okay, so the person he's a registered frequent flyer, he will book the ticket, and in return he will gain miles. So that is one user story example. What acceptance criteria comes? Should authenticate user, because he is the existing, consider the functionality already exists. Should authenticate user, and here the assumption, what you are assuming, that has been written in the bracket. Should be able to do the flight search. Okay, should be able to do the flight selection, should be able to do enter passenger detail, should be able to do make payment, confirm payment, add miles to the passenger profile. To just simply perform can gain miles, or to just do simple ticket booking a ticket, the person needs to go through and should be experience all these activity. Yes or no? That's quite natural. If you are a registered user, you can definitely log into the Fly Agile Airlines website as a registered user. Yes or no? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You will be able to search for the flights. What all
Yes.
flights I need.
Yes.
You can enter the from details and to details. Okay. You can do the selection of the timing as well. And then you can add the passenger details as if you are booking for yourself or someone else, or on behalf of someone else, or for family member. And then you go ahead and confirm, add the payment. And when you add the payment, then with the authentication, you will confirm the payment, right? And you will go back, and there will be some section which we call it as a miles. You will go and check whether miles have been gathered or not. And also, if you want at all, you can cross-check the similar profile. If you have or not, you go to the profile section and you can check that what I entered as my name, it is only me who is visible in the profile section as well. So these all can activity be done inside acceptance criteria. You are focusing towards the user story, but few things will happen automatically. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Now
sir.
our focus is, as of now, not the acceptance criteria. Our focus is towards user story. So if you have understood how user stories are written, please take a picture. For picture, I want you to take this picture instead. Okay. As a user, I want to do the action so that it happens. Why you need to take this picture? Because on this basis, this is the skeleton, the entire, this is the foundation on which the entire building will build. Okay. Why I want you to do that? Because I want you to work on this. And to work on this, I want you all to follow this. Just give me a second, everyone. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is that I'm taking the snippet of it, okay, and going to put it into your group, the AgileScrum group, okay. And I want to give you this as an assignment. You will be working on this, okay. So here it says that distance are given. It has to be translated into user story, okay. Where distance are given, three types of distance. One is less than 1,000 kilometer traveling. One distance is between 1,000 to 2,500 kilometer distance. Another is greater than 2,500 kilometers. Are you all able to see? There are three different distances. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And there are two categories of traveling: economy class, business class. Yeah. In every distance, there are two type of passenger, either economy class traveler or business class traveler. Okay. And they have got the membership type, three membership types: bronze, silver, gold. And every customer, every member from all these three category can choose to travel either in the economic class or business class. And in whatever the class they will travel, depending upon the distance, okay, they can claim the either 50% discount on this kilometer travel. Forget this games count and 50%. consider as these are the discount. 50% discount if the member is choosing economy class up to 1,000 kilometer. Okay. A person is a bronze member, travels into the economy class up to 1,000 kilometer, can claim 50% discount. What if it is person is silver member and travels in the business class up to 1,000 kilometer, can claim up to 125% discount. If the similar person is a gold member and he chooses to travel in the business class anywhere between 1,000 to 2,500 kilometer, he can claim up to 300% discount. Right? I have simply read this table. I'm trying to read this table. And now I want you to translate every single user story into this form. Okay. So tell me how many user story using this table minimum you can create. Minimum. Tell me minimum. There are
24.
Okay. So minimum I'm asking, not maximum. Yes. So minimum 18 will happen for sure. Because these are
18,
three classes.
Yes.
Okay. 3 classes and each class will have the 2 different three membership type, 2 classes. Okay. So 3 into 2 and there are everyone will have the 3 different distance. Okay. Distance traveling. So 6 into 3 minimum 18 will happen. You can go more. So how much it will be? 6 into okay, 1 2 3 into 2 6 into 3 18. So minimum 18 will happen, not more than that. Okay, minimum. More than that can happen, but minimum I'm talking. Okay, so I want you to just try. Anyone, can you try the first user story for me over here? Any one of you who can try? Just announce your name and I will let you try. And I won't be charging you for trying it. Trust me. You can trust me. Okay, Rosie,
Hi.
you want
Yeah.
to? Go ahead.
Yeah,
and try
this
it. Yeah.
1,000 kilometer distance.
Wait, is it okay? I can correct you in between because you are attempting, right?
Sure.
So,
Sure, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So follow this format as a, okay. So you are a traveler, as a traveler or the registered flyer of Fly Agile Airlines. This is the action. So format as a, then mention who are you, then I want to, what exactly you are looking for, so that impact what you want to create. Okay, go ahead, Rosie, one more time.
Yeah, as a like a silver member. Silver member flying to distance 1,000 kilometer.
No. So
economic classes.
Okay. So
as a silver member, economic classes and distance will be 1,000 kilometer.
Okay. So your focus is silver member,
silver.
Economic class and 1,000 kilometer. Okay.
Correct.
So
Correct.
this is your goal. Now I want you to translate this goal into user story format. Now go ahead and try it one more time.
Okay. As a silver member, I want to book a ticket in economic class for 1,000 kilometer distance. I want to travel 1,000 kilometer distance.
Then
that's it.
Then
I want to buy a ticket.
You have not completed. You want to do what?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to book this ticket through Fly Agile Airlines portal.
Yeah. Then
so
what
that,
will?
So that I can gain my mileage.
No.
1,000 kilometer mileage.
No.
Okay.
What you will get? Miles you are not getting. Your focus is to get what? This.
Discount.
Ticket. 75% discount.
Discount.
Right. So now,
Okay.
anyone else will try this one now? Thank you so much, Rosie, for your first attempt. Let's
Bye.
Sir,
Okay.
can I try?
okay. Urusha is trying. Go ahead, Urusha.
Okay, I'm gonna try for silver one.
Mhm.
As a silver member, as a silver membership type, I want to book my ticket for business class so that I can get discount. I can get 125% discount.
For traveling below 1,000 kilometers. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you can write in this way: as a registered flyer Agile Airlines flyer, I want to book my silver membership, or as a silver member of Fly Agile Airlines, I want to book ticket in business class so that I can get 125% discount for traveling up to 1,000 kilometers. Okay. Now, in the next user story, your distance will continue to change. Your, membership will continue to change. Your total discount will continue to change. You got it, everyone? So
Yes,
there
sir.
will be
Yes.
separate user stories will be there. Now you have got this understanding how to write a user story. As a business analyst, you must know that how to write user story. Okay, so this you have learned over here, and I want all of you to try this as an assignment, and where you will try. Either you can type into the Excel sheet, convert into PDF, and share that PDF into this or into WhatsApp group, or what you will do, you will just write in a piece of paper multiple user story with numbering them, take a photograph of that and submit into WhatsApp group. This is how you are going to do it. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
can
sir.
create in Excel too, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
Just
okay.
make it readable and submit it back
Okay.
to. So, but don't post the Excel. Convert it into
Yeah,
PDF and
just
post that, or image,
okay.
or post that. Okay. So, all right. So, is it clear? Any question around user stories writing?
So can we do it in the Word document as well?
Yeah, definitely you can. So,
Okay.
yeah. Any other
Sir,
question, guys? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, so it will be only user stories, not acceptance
No,
criteria. Right?
acceptance criteria, if you write, that will be optional. But
Yeah.
my focus is to receive user stories written from you. That's it.
Okay.
All
sir.
right. All right. Good. So nice
I
one.
have a question. So
Yeah,
for
go
the
ahead.
assignment, should we write like a minimum number of user stories, or all the user stories
All
we
the
can?
user story I will recommend. See, this is to challenge your own thinking as well, that I can write multiple user story. If minimum at least 18 you will anyway give me. Okay. But I
Yes.
will really recommend you going beyond that. Okay.
And using this format, right?
Same format. Yeah. Just don't deviate from this format. I will not accept it if the format is not followed. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And where will we find the recording?
Recording
this?
will be shared after every class. Okay. Within 24
Okay.
to 48 hours maximum, the recordings are shared into the WhatsApp group itself. Okay. All right. Any other question, guys? No? Let's move further to the next
When is
topic.
the
Yeah. Go ahead.
when is the assignment due? Tomorrow?
No. For that very reason, I let you run through the code of honor, right? I let you run through this. Okay. I let you run through how you are involved in days. So your day for the first assignment is due on
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. So
Alright.
till Wednesday, you can submit the first time assignment. Okay. For the second learning, you can submit it on Thursday or Friday as well. Cool. Any other question? We are good. Can we continue, guys? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. So thank you so much for understanding this. I really appreciate it. Now let's understand the quality, because what we are learning the definition of done. Anything that you will mark inside the definition of done, make sure you have followed as quality. Okay. When we are talking about quality, so I want someone to read this first check for me, please. Go ahead.
Quality is largely aligned to the coding language, rapid application development, RAD, technical tools to build the product. Quality is owned by the development team to ensure that the product is of the maximum quality. These quality standards can be subjective and also data-driven.
Yeah. So quality may generally vary for development team. Okay. What they are measuring, those are depending upon the their coding language, their technical tools they are using. There are multiple things for the quality, but there are few area where you can consider the quality has been really followed. Say, for example, you have got the coding standard defined, whether you are following that or not. Test-driven development, whether you have unit tested or not, that is another check. Test-driven with the different measurement, you have tested the piece of work you have developed as a developer. Maintainability
Hey, hi
index.
Gaurav, sorry for interruption. Let me
Yeah.
know when to continue.
Oh, sure. Again, technical dates in case any additional, useless lines in the coding has been added. That is making your, code heavier or software heavier. Okay. So those have been eliminated or not. Any principle that you were supposed to follow, if you have followed them or not. At the end, the performance is, your software is performing well or not. These are few quality standard that you need to look at it, that whether you are following or not. And then comes non-functional requirement. Even whatever you have developed, that is legal or not. Okay. You have got your own rights or not, or you have just copying or modeling and using someone else's application, whether it can be used or not. So there are multiple criteria, multiple categories that you need to follow it. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Security, whether the same application, say for example, you are at using net banking for your banking services, and you just copied the URL and gave it to your friend, and your friend is able to open that into the other area, then other location, that will be the security breach of that software. Okay, so these things are breaking, or it is just supporting the way it was developed. That defines the quality standards. With me so far, just for example, I have shared this with you. You are able to understand, everyone? Yeah, when we are talking about the quality, what all the parameters may come. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So now, having said so, now you are understanding this. Let's move to, and this is how, before we move more towards the detail, what we have spoken, this is how you can explore further in the scrum.org. Definition of done has been summed up. Anything which has been marked as a definition of done. So yes, Prerna, now you can take over from the next slide. Let me know, Prerna, if you are ready. You can unmute and you can speak up. Okay? Because here...
Yes, Gaurav, I'm there. Yeah, Gaurav, I'm there. Please go to the next slide, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so here if you can see there are three, I would say types or categories of DOD. DOD stands for definition of done. So starting with initial DOD, then mature DOD, and then the stringent DOD. Okay. As the name suggests, these are the levels. Instead of types, I can say levels, starting with the basic, then intermediate, and then to the more matured or I would say more effective one. Okay. So let us start with the first one, initial DOD. I would request 7 different people to read out all the 7 pointers one by one. Thank you so much. Go ahead, please. And do not ask that may I read. Just one by one, all 7 different people can read out. Yeah.
All
Unit-
acceptance criteria met.
Unit test coverage 85%.
Next.
Functional test passed.
No known defects.
Peer code review.
Peer code review passed.
Documentation completed.
Okay. Thank you so much for reading out. So first of all, if you could see the major difference in the first level is there are hardly only 7 checks. Okay. If we have to compare with mature DOD and stringent DOD, they are like more than double or triple. So here we can say we are starting with a very limited set of checks. Okay. It's as simple as that, when you get a front door or main door to your house, do you go for triple lock? Nowadays, there are digital locks or biometric locks. There are a lot of locks coming in. So what kind of security you have? So here, if we can see, there are very basic checks. So I'll try to explain each one of them. If you have any doubts, let me know. And if you know something, that will also be great. You can share your understanding about that particular level also. So first of all acceptance criteria is met. That means as per the customer's requirement, all the test cases that has been created by the testing team or the testing manager or your team member who is performing testing, all those criteria has to be met. Okay, now that depends on their level of their kind of way, that are they doing automatic testing, are they doing manual testing, what are their test cases, how in detail they go, black box testing, anything and everything. So all that things has to be met. So in short, in one line, your code has to work as per the requirement without fail. Okay, this line simply means this. Second is unit test coverage 85%. Now do you guys know what is a unit test? Yes, no? Please answer.
No.
No.
Yes, it's done by developer.
Okay, great. Great. Good to know. Anybody else want to add something? Okay. Okay, fine. I'll go ahead. So, yeah, someone mentioned it is done by developer. It's absolutely right. So there are variety of testing, out of which unit testing and integration testing are such that they are kind of not integration testing, but unit testing is at the beginning level. Like, for example, if all of you are developers or coders or programmers working on your functionality, so before and nowadays, once we complete our work, we check it in. Check it in as in you submit the work to the main server. So everybody's work gets integrated or combined. So when you complete your work, you check or you test your work on your machine, that is the functionality working fine, is there any bug, is there any issue in that. So that kind of testing is called as unit testing, and that's a responsibility of a developer. Okay, you will not be asked to do unit testing as a BA, but just for information you should know what it means. That's why I have explained. So this is means they are seeking 85% of the working functionality should be fine. That is the criteria, 85%, right? So that is mentioned. Second is no known defect. No known defects means whatever issues we have assumed or anticipated, that means known, that okay, page might not load or data might not load into the machine or into the page, or website will not open, 404 error page will not come. So these kind of known issues should not be there on the page. That's one. Peer code review means peer means, as we all know, friends or colleagues. So this is also one of the code review kind of thing. It's not exactly a testing, but it's a way that you test somebody else's work. So it's simple as that, during our school days also we used to give answer sheet, and your teacher used to say, give your answer sheet to your bench buddy or your friend who is sitting next to you, and check each other's paper, especially for the small test or surprise test, right? Have you done that? Have you checked somebody else's paper as in during school or college time
Yeah.
for smaller tests?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that is
Yeah.
peer review. So you review their work, they will review your work. So that was your test. Here it's your development work. Okay. So you review that work and you also pass that work. Pass as in, you don't only check it. If there is any issue, if there is anything that needs that needs attention, you highlight that. And if there is any issue, you raise that. And if everything is fine, you mark it as pass. See, pass and fail, these are the terminology that is used in respect of testing. Okay, always remember. So you'll always hear, okay, test fail, test pass, these are the basic terminology that they use. And last but not the least, documentation completed. So in this regard, it's mentioned that whatever documentation was asked or was mentioned in the agreement or in the contract, like, see, every organization has a very different level of in detail understanding of documentation or requirement of documentation. What do I mean when I say this? That some organizations or some clients will ask for detailed documentation. That means they want an in detail BRD, that is business requirement document, wherein all the diagrams should be there, every functionality has to be mentioned, every change has to be mentioned. Along with, they would also ask for process flow diagram, entity relationship diagram, whatever is there, they just asking for it. And then as it's a customer demand, you're prepared. But then there are some customers who are not so much into documentation. They are saying, okay, if your BRD is foolproof, it is inclusive of all the details, we do not wish to go ahead with other documents. Okay, so this depends first of all on the customer's choice. Second, on the time availability. If you are really short on time, you would not have the luxury to prepare all such documentation and all. And it's a mutual, I would say, decision. So here it's also mentioned that whatever documentation that has been mentioned, it needs to be completed. Okay. Now here we have around 10, around more than 15 to 20 around points. So people who have not read earlier, they can start, and then we can go back to people who have already read, because there are multiple points. But please, guys, everybody unmute and speak up. I would love to hear your voice and know that you're awake first thing, and second, you're participating. So yeah, go ahead without asking.
All business functionality and acceptance criteria met.
No dependents are ineffective.
Unit test covered more than 85%.
No errors or coding standards.
Technical debts less than 5 days, subjective.
Maintainability index for the module or code more than 90.
Functional test automation more than 75%.
Functional test fast. No known defects.
Functional test passed.
Peer code review passed. Peer code review passed. Documentation completed.
Should we continue the stringent DoD?
No. I was just going through the document. I was just going through the slide only. Give me a second. Yes. So thank you for reading it out, first of all. So here, if you can see, as compared to the initial DoD, mature DoD definitely has more than double points or checks. So I'll go with all the points which are not covered initial DoD. Okay? So first is all business functionality and acceptance criteria is met. Okay. So now here we are saying, along with the acceptance criteria, all the functionality which was promised or which was agreed upon, that has to be mentioned. So the highlight is not only on that your code does not break or there is no bug, but it's more focused on whatever functionality we had agreed upon or committed that, okay, we will deliver you this, that has to be delivered. Okay, first thing first. Second is no dependence unattended. Okay, in it simply means that your entire application, whatever workflow it has, workflow means imagine Amazon.com and you're buying for some clothing item. Per se, you're buying a shirt, okay? So when you buy a shirt, how do you go ahead? You search for a blue shirt person. It's a very simple, basic search. Blue shirt, and you got a blue shirt. You add that to your cart. Then you go to the cart and check out. And then while checking out, you select your payment method. You pay, maybe credit card, UPI, online transfer, bank transfer, whatever it is. And then you pay. And then once you pay, your order ID is generated and you get a tentative delivery to. This is an entire flow. Okay. Imagine tomorrow you select a shirt and you add to the cart and you are going towards payment and there is a bug or there is nothing happening after that. What would you do? You would not accept, you would not use that site, right? You're saying a functionality is not working. So that's why saying, so see, imagine there is a flow, there is a dependency on the next functionality. Yeah. Are you guys able to understand? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah. So it's basically that every flow has to be completed. That's why nothing should be unattended. So every dependency, every flow, every continuity has to be taken care of. Okay. Unit test coverage is same for what it was in initial DoD. No errors on coding standards. Okay. Now this is really, really very important. Many a times in development, what happens? Just go ahead with whatever is developed. Okay. But that is not the case. You have to adhere to certain coding standards. Okay. So those can be as simple as writing comments or having proper terminologies for your variables or your functionality, or the code has to be of good quality, means there should not be any bugs or there should not be any assumptions or there should not be use of something unethical hiding, or sometimes people just plainly comment the code. Comment means kind of hide the code which is giving a bug, which is not an ideal way of coding, right? You have to resolve the issues if any and things like that. So all these things has to be done properly, and your code has to be of proper standard. Okay. Technical debts less than 5 days subjective. That simply means if you have any technical issues in your code, what would be your TAT? TAT means in how many days you will be able to resolve those issues, and how many days you will ensure that that bug or that issue, that complexity is fixed, and it will not go beyond that. See, it is mentioned subjective. That means there are cases when imagine, by God forbids, and there is some hacker hacks your site, and they are like pretty well known hackers. So in that scenario, you are not able to understand how much time you will get to revive your site back, your website back, or how much time you'll take to ensure your site is secure. Otherwise, in case there's something very small bug, like some image is not appearing because that image got corrupted, or some data is not appearing on the website, so that kind of small issues can be fixed on there itself within couple of minutes or couple of hours. But depending on some complexity, it can vary as per the issue. That's why it is mentioned as subjective. Everybody understands that? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Gaurav, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Prerna.
can you please continue? I need to just go on mute for some time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So where
Thank you.
you're living? Can you just tell me?
Yeah, I just completed technical debts. You can start from maintainability index in mature DoD. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much. So yes, so technical dates should be less than 5 days. What does it mean? It means that see, I just told you that while developer develops they do the coding, right? They write LOC. What do we mean by LOC? What do you think? What do we mean by LOC? Come on, just some loud guesses, and I won't charge you for that.
Line of credit.
Line of codes. Okay, line of codes. Development writes line of code, LOC, not line of credit. Okay, thank you so much for guessing this out. I appreciate that. So what happens when they write line of code? Don't you think they would be also testing it sometime? If they are developing, they are pro, but some functionality, they also need to test it. And for that, they will try to tweak their line of code. Yes or no? Do you all agree?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So they do test it. And when they do test it, there are chances they may not erase it if they have tested and they found that they have found the right line of code. So there are chances they might have written the wrong line of code as well, right? And they might have not erased them, but they put some comments so that it should not be executed. The wrong should not be impact the right one. Yes or yes? You agree with this? Yeah? Hello, everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Awesome. So what will happen when they continue to develop the line of codes? They will comment them and they leave it as is. Will that impact the complete software? Yes, that will. Why? That may go bit bulky, that may go bit that may impact its performance. Do you agree that more line of code may bring the slowness to the slowness as an impact on the application? Yeah, more work
Yes,
has
sir.
gone down. So that's the reason it has to be very, very specific. And such technical line of code, when it has been practiced to write for up to 5 days, okay, it means that those are the technical dates, those are unnecessarily leaving as is inside the line of codes. And if it is for 5 days, it will be called as technical dates of 5 days. If it is lesser than 5 days, it will be read as less than 5 days of technical date. Okay, you understood this line. What do we mean by technical dates of less than 5? Sometimes we don't need to understand everything, because you will be only focusing as a Scrum Master or business analyst, because this entire track is mean for that. But for few understanding, we are just explaining it. Maintainability index for the module or code should be greater than 90. So in last 90 days, whatever the codes you have taken or modules you have taken, it should be sequential. When we are talking about sequential, it means that it will follow the priority wise. The module has been integrated with each other. Its functional testing has been done, and automation work of 75% of the testing has been done through automation. All the functionality has been tested and passed. Known defects are not there. Okay, I mean, whatever you are going to deliver to the customer has been tested. Peer code review pass. Developers who has written, they have also reviewed that, and this is related to documentation. They have completed it. Okay, that will define that DoD is the mature DoD. Now let me tell you when you need to understand and include initial DoD and mature DoD. So when you will perform, when you develop a component, I was talking initially about you deliver the software not as a whole immediately. Okay, but first you will deliver one component, and then you continue to deliver the entire banking system. You remember that, everyone? Say yes if you remember.
Yes, sir.
Yes, only 2% remember. Anyone else who remembers? I included
Yes,
that. Okay,
Yes.
third person. What about others? Don't you remember? Do you want me to repeat that? Everyone else, do you want me to repeat that, or are you silly?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
we are good.
So kindly unmute when I'm saying you can speak in the chorus. I won't mind. I will encourage that. Okay. So component is developed when 2-3 components are together integrated. That can go to the mature DoD or whatever the few modules integrated together, they may follow mature DoD. But when it is completely as a whole system almost getting ready to deliver towards the customer, it will follow the stringent. When we are talking about stringent, everything related to mature DoD will come inside it, but also there will be some extra checks will happen. Say, for example, whether pen test has been passed or not. Pen test means penetration testing for the security purpose. Load test, whether the software is loading well or not. Performance test, whether it is it is performing well or not. And remaining, and then whether it is UAT approved or not. Its user acceptance testing has happened or not. Anything which is related to compliance and legal, it has been documented well or not. So these all become the part of stringent DoD. With me so far, everyone, did you understand the meaning behind stringent DoD, when it will happen? Definition
Yes.
of done? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Any question around it? Okay. If not, let's move further. Okay. Now, next, what we are going to learn will be learning product backlog management. Okay. So that will be our tomorrow thing. So as we have almost touched the time, we are going to stop it here. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
And
No.
believe,
Sir,
and
I have one question, sir.
yeah, Mona, go ahead.
So just as you showed the Jira board, can we download that Jira board onto our computer from Google?
I don't think it is downloadable version or something, but yeah, definitely you can export those things. There are generally export options. You can export as a PDF. You can export. I've never tried it because Jira is generally the things, it is always visible in front of you. And why you need to do that?
So we can just practice on the Jira board.
So why don't you directly go inside and practice in Jira? Why you need to download it?
I
Jira
don't
won't
know where
charge
to
you.
go in Jira.
Jira
Like
don't
this.
charge you anything. Okay, you just go ahead, create an account in Jira and start playing with it and see what all you can do it. Okay.
Okay.
And anyways, we'll be giving you some activity to perform in Jira. Okay, towards the end of
Okay.
the
Thank you.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you,
welcome. So guys,
I have a question.
yeah. Who was speaking?
Yeah,
Urusha, yeah.
Urusha.
Yeah.
Like we have to submit assignment on this Wednesday, right?
Up to Wednesday. Yeah. You take your time. What you do.
Yeah. And where do I post that one?
I said WhatsApp group. Okay. And that's the
Oh,
reason everyone, thank you so much for asking, Urusha. That's the reason that question may come to you as well, others like Urusha asked it. So for that, I need you to pay your attention, everyone. Whenever I am speaking, I don't want you to, lose anything, important information. And that's the reason we ask you sometime. Okay, go back and listen to the recording. Thank you so much, Urusha, for asking. Anyone else? Any other question? Okay, if not, what I want you to do, I want you to go ahead here. Let me share my screen. Okay, I want you to go ahead here, and I'm just sharing my screen. You will go here. Where you will go? Come down here. Okay. You see this group? Yeah.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This group must be acquainted to you. Go here and just answer me this. Okay. This is coming in this will pop up here. That will define something. Okay. I want you to type at least 2-3 lines in a response of this. Did you read something? A new line? Did you
Yes,
learn?
sir.
Yeah. What has been your learning and
We
what do you
learned.
feel like saying? I want each one of you to go back and respond to this. And while you are responding this, it means that you had remained awake. Okay. Whether you responded or you didn't, that I don't care. But that will define your presence inside the group. Okay. And I personally going to review everyone's response and put my reaction to that. Okay. So all of you are going to do that 100%. Yeah, unmute yourself and say 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
personally will look forward to reading your comment on this and will review it. So thank you so much for your time. Continue to respond to this and we'll talk to you soon. When? Tomorrow evening at 9 whatever time, 10 p.m. EST. So
Story.
yeah. So continue to respond to that. We'll talk to you again soon. Remember the
Okay.
assignment recording will be given within 24 to 48 hours. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Thank you all. Bye.